My name is Melrina Phillips, and I'm from a small town in southern Oklahoma. It's a real small town, and I can't believe that I'm here after living where I have lived. But my dad was a pumper for the Magnolia Oil Company, and we lived on an oil lease. And I went to school at Fox, Oklahoma. It was a big independent school. And then I went to college at Oklahoma Baptist University. And I was a home economics major. And while I was there at OBU, OG&E Electric Company came to the campus to our department and talked to me about joining their company after college and be their home economist. So that's what I did. And so they had me come to Sapulpa. And I came to Sapulpa way back in 1953 out of college. And I worked for OG&E, and it was delightful, and my whole life has been delightful. And when I reached the age of about 86, I think it was, that I decided I wanted to look for a place to live and not be a burden or anything to my children. And so we started looking for assisted living. And we looked in the directory, and Tulsa being a pretty big town, we thought we had a pretty good list, and we did. And we looked at all of them, and there was nowhere I could find that compared to the park. I loved the park, and it was so gorgeous. Beautiful chandeliers in the dining room and white tablecloths, and that was my kind of living. And the owners were so wonderful to keep everything so nice and so up to date, and would try to help us in every way they could to make it just beautiful and delightful here. And it's really pretty on the outside too. I was really fortunate there was only one room available when I wanted to move in, and it just happened to be the one that has a beautiful view out the window. Out my bedroom window is a beautiful fountain from a park next door, and from my kitchen is the pond where the geese keep coming in and out. And we've seen a lot of little ducklings, and it has been marvelous. And I just love it here. And the people are so nice, and I like this place because it's so small compared with other places. And wasn't any steps that I had to climb. Everything was on one level, and I love that. And it's just marvelous. And it's the only place, or very few places that we could find, that had a nurse on duty. And then your doctor could come to see you. And that was marvelous for me, and just made my life so much easier. And my girls also, they're real impressed with this place, and they're real proud of it. And they fixed my room up for me, and I really like it. It's a safari room, and it looks like a jungle, and I love it. And I wish all of you could see it. But anyhow, the activity director, when I first came here, we didn't have this dadgum COVID virus. And it was so nice because the activity director would take us by bus all kinds of places to see. We even went to as far as Muskogee to look at the lights, and just went everywhere. And she'd take us shopping. But when the COVID came along, it cut everything down to exactly nothing. And that's another thing I like about the owners. They're seeing now that we've had our 2 shots, and they're not limiting it as much now. We have a few opportunities to get out of our room. And I know it's going to improve. I know they will bring it up to date as soon as they can because they're real particular about going by the guidelines that we have to go by now with the COVID. But they're going to let us, I know, get more privileges as time progresses and we all get our shots and the time will expire, that we'll all be not where we can catch it. And that's going to be great. But I just love it here. And it is just beautiful. As I sit here now, I can see a fireplace over to my right. I can see a beautiful chandelier. That's just right down my alley. And I just love it.